Going to do a little review here on the Taurus Model 85 little J-frame revolver. You know, it's a 38 special, 5 rounds. And this one right here, you know, has a little metal 2-inch barrel, has a metal cylinder, metal hammer, metal trigger, polymer frame, which really makes this thing light. I haven't weighed it, but I would say it weighs a little bit under a pound. It's really not heavy at all. You know, it's double, single action. Nice. It is, you know, a nice little J-frame revolver. But in my opinion, it's a copy of the Smith Wesson Airlight, you know, in their J-frame revolvers. But I mean, it ain't bad though. Like, I've put about 200 to 300 rounds so far through this gun. I've had it about 5 or 6 months or so, and I haven't had any problems with it at all. And you know, I do know there is a version of this gun that looks exactly like this, but the hammer can be taken off, or you know, so you can have it hammerless, so it doesn't snag on anything like that. You know, I mean, it's not too bad of a gun. But Taurus is notorious for bad quality control. That's one of the reasons why I really do not like Taurus at all. They just, you know, they seem to not really care and just, you know, send it out. I've had a friend of mine, like, it wasn't like this exact revolver that he purchased, but it was a Model 85 J-frame, and I believe it was just like an all-metal frame and everything like that. But he bought it brand new, I believe from Gables, and it wouldn't. There was something wrong with the transfer bar and everything, and he was initially just going to have, you know, pay to get it fixed, but they were telling him it's going to be like $80-some. So he decided to, you know, mail it into Taurus, and you know they're supposed to fix it for free. Well, he waited 7 weeks before he got that gun back, and that is just kind of ridiculous on the turnaround time. That's all. I mean, you buy a brand new gun, it should at least work. You know, and in 7 weeks to get it back, and it took him 4 days to get it. That's a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, like I said, price point on this particular gun here. I've seen this gun online on some places. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I've seen these for $199 online. And I believe the max retail price on this particular gun is $299, and that's like the max retail. So like if you go into places like Gables or Academy Sports, you know, the retail stores, that's probably what they're going to have this listed for. They'll probably have it, you know, $269 to $299, somewhere in that price range. But just know it can be found a lot cheaper. Like I said, you can get this. It's pretty much a $200 revolver. I mean, it's worth $200 in my opinion, but I wouldn't pay $300 for it. No. But $200, you know, that's an okay deal. This is my first little J-frame revolver. I do have a K-frame, Smith Wesson. But, I mean, I wanted something small. You know, it almost fits in, like, the palm of your hand. It's easily concealable. It's a great backup weapon, a good car gun. But one of the main reasons why I got it was, you know, I have several different types of guns, but I really didn't have one that my wife would be able to handle. So I was thinking, you know, when I was at the gun store when I bought this, you know, maybe, you know, it's good to have something that she can handle. And something that's easy to operate and everything like that. And my thinking was, too, maybe, you know, she might shoot it a little bit and start getting into guns a little bit. I've even offered to buy her pink grips to put on here. You know, the little pink, like, I don't know if it's wood or plastic or whatever, but they're about $40. I was going to get her some nice little pink grips, you know, just to kind of get it girly. Just really mainly try to get her interested in the gun. But it did not work at all. She doesn't want nothing to do with it. I don't even think she's held it. But I mean, I do, you know, I like the 38 Special. You know, and I am going to have a nice little video coming up soon, too, about the 9mm versus the 38 special. I think that's a really good debate, and I'm going to try to, I've been doing a lot of research and stuff on that and try to get a nice little video out for that. But I mean, out of the box, you get, your gun will come in a little Taurus bag here. You get your little plastic orange piece to show that the gun's unloaded. You get 2 of these little Taurus keys, and that's for the back right here. You can lock up the hammer here so it cannot be pulled back, which is a nice little thing, like a built-in safety lock there, as you can see, and it will not let the hammer go back. But if you could let it go like that, that might be enough to let one go. Where this has a transfer bar in it. And that's another little thing like that. I'm assuming, like I said, this is my first little J-frame revolver and my first time ever buying a Taurus gun. And since, like I said, I put about 300 rounds through this gun and I have not had any problems. So I'm assuming this is how it's supposed to be. Now, one thing I really don't like, and initially when I got it I thought maybe something was wrong, is as you can see in there, the transfer bar. Okay, you can hear it. You hear it? That's the transfer bar just kind of moving around in there. Initially I thought something might be wrong, but I mean it works perfect, so I'm just assuming that's how it's supposed to be. I'm not sure on that. And another thing too that I kind of don't like, and I'm not sure if the Smith Wesson does this too or not, but I'll tell you this, my little K-frame 357 Magnum doesn't do this. But I mean, these have been shot, these rounds in here. I'm putting these in here to show you just some empty shells. But where they have been fired, they are a little tighter in the cylinder. But as you can hear, see there, the rounds, they don't fit flush in there. And they kind of, as you're moving, that's one thing I don't like. It just makes too much noise. And these are a little bit tighter where they have been fired. And another thing too, like I did not put one in there, but the ejection rod, that works great, but when you go to empty it, that one always gets stuck in there, and it usually gets stuck right there because of the grip. So even when you're loading it, as you can tell here, when you have a cylinder right there against the frame, it's difficult to even load it, and it's mainly, I think, because of the grips. I've seen people actually with this exact same gun where they cut the grip like down here and then cut it along the little thumb rest, and then kind of solves that issue. Like this is a HKS model 36 little speed loader for a little, for a revolver. I'm not going to actually load it, but just kind of show you. I mean, the speed loader does work with it, but as you can tell, it's like bent out some because of the grips. So I mean, you can get this to work, but I mean, see, it works. But I mean, it's a little bit difficult. Like, you could probably, knock a couple seconds off your reload time with different grips. So, I mean, and again, too, like, if you really do want to, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the 38 Special. I think 38 Special is good enough to do the job for self-defense or anything like that. But just in my opinion, if you, if you only have one gun or whatever, and you want it to be a nice little J-frame 38 Special, and you want a Taurus, I would recommend, though, that you do get the all-metal frame. I know that the polymer frame here does make it lighter. That's about the only benefit, though. I'm not a real big fan on the polymer frame. The all-metal stainless ones and stuff, they just look gorgeous with, like, the little wood grips and stuff that you can get for them. You have the all-metal stainless steel frame, then you put the wood grips on it. Man, that's just a beautiful gun. So that's probably one of the next things I get. I really do want to get a Smith Wesson Airlight. You know, it's like when I bought this gun, I haven't had any problems with it, like I said, but it just makes me want something that's top quality. Like, this isn't top quality, of course. It's Taurus, but I mean, it's a copy of a top quality gun. Like I said, it's pretty much a copy of the Smith Wesson Airlight, and this is their ultralight. I mean, so I would recommend an all metal frame. So I mean, but in all intensive purposes, it really is a good little self-defense gun, easily concealable. You can hide this thing just about anywhere. I mean, it's really almost all about I got to say about it. There's not really much to it. You know, like, I really wanted a little small frame revolver, so I got this. It was at a real good price. I think I paid $229 for this gun, which is about the top price I recommend paying for this gun. I mean, the retail, like I said, is $300, but you might be a little bit mad at yourself for paying that if you do get this. So I would rate, like I said, you can find them very easily for $199 online. And yeah, you might, you know, have to pay transfer fee or whatever, but it'll still a good deal at that price for $199. You know, and then there's also too, for about $30 or $40 more, there's a little bit better version of this gun. I believe it has different grips on it. It has night sights on it, and this just has fixed sights. It has the little line going down there, but nothing fancy at all, just cheap sights. But like I said, for about $30-$40 more, you can get one with night sights. It looks a little bit different, but still has a polymer frame. It actually says like +P on the barrel. You know, it's just a little bit more updated. But I mean, there's not really, the only thing you could really do to this gun also is get different grips. That's about it. I'm not sure if, like, I've seen one, a buddy of mine actually has an old broken Taurus Model 85 revolver, and it is a stainless steel, and it was in good condition, but I mean, right here is where this was metal on it, of course, and it got dented in real bad, and it's messed up. But I'm wondering if his cylinder would fit in here. If I put a little stainless steel cylinder in there, I don't know, it might, you know, make it look a little bit neater. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's about all I really got to say about it. I mean, it's like I said, it's just a copy of a Smith & Wesson. So I mean, if you can't afford the $400 for a Smith & Wesson J-frame, then, you know, this is about the next best thing you got. The Ruger LCRs are not too bad. I mean, nice little revolver.